Who's hyped for another episode of the Owl Pod?
I'm your host, David Litfin. Alongside me with the unique intro this episode.
Amelia, right? Tried to mix it up. New year, new pod, new us.
Yeah.
We're bringing the energy this year.
It's our second episode of season 2.
Mhm.
And it's been it's been a month since we've had a guest on this show.
I think so, yeah.
It's been a while. It's been a lot of Amelia and I, which, good or bad.
Yeah.
You'll let us know. You haven't DM'd us, but that's okay.
Where
Actually,
can they DM us?
That's not true. Stacy Wright has DM'd us.
Shout out to my mom. Thank you. You're awesome.
You can find us at the Owl Pod on Instagram. You can always hit us up in the DMs.
With
let us
any
know.
thoughts. Yeah, if David annoyed you
Questions.
this week, if I was awesome per usual, just let us know. David loves to read those DMs.
Yeah, I love reading the DMs. Frankly, we don't get many of them, but that's okay. Maybe that'll change this episode. Because
yeah.
we got a guest, a special
Mhm.
guest. You're going to hear from Megan White, who's on Temple Gymnastics. We'll hear from her later in the episode, but we'll do what we always do, give a brief recap of what happened last week in Temple Athletics. Couple games, couple heartbreakers, couple wins sprinkled in there. But why don't we start off with Temple women's basketball, who, as you guys know if you listened last week, hosted Tulane for that special giveaway. What did they give away on Tuesday?
Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo Switch.
I did not win.
You didn't win?
Yeah,
Do you know who won?
I do not.
Lucky fan.
Lucky fan for sure. Yeah.
Well, the Owls took on Tulane Green Wave on Tuesday at the Leacourt Center and fell 71-51. Amelia, you were at this game? No.
I watched a little bit of the highlights on ESPN.
You were watching the highlights?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it looks like Temple got out to a little bit of a slow start and then battled back in the second quarter, but ultimately in the fourth quarter where they've struggled a little bit to close out games, got outscored 21-12 in the fourth quarter, and ended up losing by 13. So obviously we're in it in the fourth quarter, but ultimately down the stretch couldn't close out the game. Tulane, pretty good.
Middle of the pack.
In the American Conference, but obviously Temple women's basketball struggling a little bit right now, it's fair to say, since conference play started, but hopefully this week they can get back into the win column. They also traveled at the end of the week to ECU,
which is going to be a tough game for them. ECU is second in the conference.
No, they just played ECU.
Oh.
And it was a tough game.
Oh,
they lost 81-65. But ECU, like you said, they're 5-1 in the American, 13-6 overall. So obviously it was going to be a tough game on the road. But I think looking ahead for this group, it's definitely going to be important to get back on track at home where they've played their best basketball. We've talked about numerous times. It feels like their struggles on the road, but they got USF coming to town on Tuesday, so the day this episode is released, and hopefully they can get back in the win column. And then looks like on Saturday they're also playing at home against the Charlotte 49ers. So hopefully a couple home games this week, they get a chance to get back on track and start picking up some conference wins. Let's move to men's basketball, and I think we obviously need to talk about the heartbreak and tragic news that their assistant coach Bill Courtney unfortunately passed away early last week, maybe even on the day we recorded our podcast.
I believe so. 48 hours before their game against Memphis.
48 hours before their game. Obviously, surprising news. Can't imagine what that team is currently going through. Obviously, right in the heart of their season, losing a coach that meant a lot to their program. What meant a lot to NCAA basketball. He coached at Miami. He coached at a couple other places. Definitely, a prominent figure, someone well known in the sport. Dedicated a lot of time to Temple. So, obviously, really sad news, and our thoughts and prayers are with, his family and the entire men's basketball team. But like we said, that unfortunate news happened just before their big game at Memphis, which we talked about last week. This was going to be a really important week for this group coming into this week on a 7-game win streak, and traveling to Memphis, which in the past has been powerhouse in the conference. We talked about their record not being as strong this year, but obviously a really hard place to play in the middle of the week, and this one came down to the wire. Were you able to catch this one?
Yes, I was watching this one the whole time, and it was definitely a tough game. It was a nail biter. A lot of changes in points and stuff.
It was like the Owls got out to a hot start. They didn't close the first half that well. They didn't start the second half that well. They were down 13 at one point, and then they just battled back. They played really good defense in the second half.
Yeah, neither team honestly looked very good, so it kept both teams in it. But
yeah, both offenses were struggling, but down the stretch, Temple came roaring back and had a chance to actually tie the game in the last few seconds, or win it with a 3-pointer, and came up just short. But got a good look, and obviously, given what had happened to the program and where they were playing, who they were playing against, it was a pretty valiant effort. You left the game feeling pretty good about the team still,
for sure.
Despite the loss, and then again coming back home, they took on FAU on Sunday.
Beanie giveaway game
at noon, which is like I was thinking about this. Like, imagine like playing a game of this magnitude at noon. I know they do it in football all the time.
Yeah.
It just feels like that's like so early.
Yeah, and just on a Sunday, like a random day of the
like when we compete, like when we race, like it's usually in the morning, so it's not like that weird. But like a basketball game to me just feels like it shouldn't be played before like 3 p.m.
Yeah.
But
agreed,
like noon is just like so early.
Yeah,
like,
but there was a good turnout at the game.
It was a really good turnout, and again, this was another really close game. Temple got out really strong. They were up 4 at half, but ultimately down the stretch was back and forth for a while, and then FAU just started to pull away in the last, call it 3 minutes, and Temple wasn't able to answer, so they dropped.
Got close at the end, though.
They got close. I mean, it was one of those games where it was like a back and forth. It was like a heavyweight fight, and then at the end they just put together a couple stops.
But they didn't have enough time.
A couple fouls went their way. I mean, I thought the officiating, we don't have to get into that, but I thought it was whatever.
They're still 3-2 in the conference though, middle of the pack.
They're middle of the pack. That was a game for first.
Tied for third.
That was a game for first place.
Yeah.
And you could feel like the building was pretty electric, and you could tell the passion on the bench. Coach Fisher at one point like had me ready to just like run through a brick wall. But it was a pretty exciting game that didn't fall their way. But again, they turned the tables this week where they travel. They got their Texas road trip. They're playing at Rice on Wednesday, and then they'll be at UTSA on Saturday. So, couple Texas teams in the conference. Schedule makers got this one right by just getting 2 out of the way in one trip. So
save some money.
They'll be on the road this entire week, and hopefully they come back with 2 road wins. But again, like where this team's at overall, and hopefully just keep racking up the conference wins and get a good get a good seed for that tournament.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Temple fencing, which I had the honor of attending part of this meet on Friday. I mean, these meets,
electric.
They're
As
electric.
Sammy told us about.
They're intense. It's kind of like, for those who don't know, they compete sometimes in the PAV, which is it's like where the crew team practices.
Yeah, an indoor facility at Temple.
It's an indoor facility, but there's not like really like bleachers, so you're just kind of like right on.
And just standing there.
What they call it, the strip or the mat? It's the strip.
I think it's the strip, yeah.
The strips. You're like right on the strip, so you just get like all access.
Was it
feels like
how it is in Leacourse when there's just like 20 of them?
Well, there's like less.
Crazy?
There's only 3 strips.
Oh, really?
And you're just like you can see all of them, like they're right there.
Wow.
But there's just like people screaming left and right. I mean, it's a pretty intense environment. I mean, I think it's fun, but also like sometimes I'm like, what is going on? But looking at the results, so if you don't remember, this is like a 2-day meet. Competed on Friday, competed again on Sunday. Overall, they went 3-4, which, considering some of the teams they went against, I think is pretty solid. Reading between the lines here, they beat Lafayette 27-0. So I don't know if you could do much better than that. Doesn't sound like it.
I don't think you can.
They lost to Hopkins and UC San Diego.
I know Hopkins is.
I know Hopkins is
good.
Hopkins is good. I know UC San Diego. This is pretty funny. They were there on Friday when I went, and I could just tell how uncomfortable that team was with this cold because the way they were dressed, I was like, yeah, this.
I mean, it did snow on Friday and Saturday. So
could you imagine coming from? I
was uncomfortable too.
Could you imagine coming from San Diego to this weather?
Nope.
Yeah, you're probably excited to get back on that flight.
I have a couple more months. I'm enjoying the cold while I can.
I could not disagree more. But anyway, they lost to San Diego. On Sunday, they took on a couple Ivy League schools, lost to both Yale and Penn, but beat FDU and Wagner. So, look, I'm no fencing expert. I don't pretend to be. But what I can do is give my opinion.
Which you always do.
It seems like they're beating the teams they're supposed to be beating and losing some of the teams that maybe they would be more challenging. I think it's a fair assessment.
I think so.
But
as
maybe
well.
Sammy listens and she'll text me and be like, "Shut up, you don't know what you're talking about." Which
Dude, you are so wrong.
Which would be totally fair. But
and you're wrong a lot, so David's okay to be like, "Yep, I was wrong."
I would say a lot, but they're
20K wins.
Okay. It's going to be brought up every episode.
No, I'm done. Okay.
2,000 wins. That was the final. The basketball team has over 2,000
Robin
wins.
said something about it too today. I was laughing.
She listened?
Yeah. Shout out Robin. Another fan of the Owl Pod. I love
20,000.
Me and David love to hear when you guys come up to us and we're like, "Hey, great podcast." It just gives us some juice for the next week.
Maybe
and
it just makes me a little more excited to record.
Gets us hype. Let's keep going. Talk about gymnastics now.
Yeah, I feel like this is a great way to segue into our interview with Megan White.
For sure.
Let's talk Temple Gymnastics, who took down the Sharks, which is, for those of you who don't know, LIU, of course, in their first home meet, third meet of the season. And let's just speak from a high level here. I'm no math genius, I would say. That's my brother. But it looks like our score has gone up every single week that we've been competing.
I don't know if that's math or just vision looking at.
I mean, I think you got to do some addition, whatever.
Okay.
And if I'm not mistaken, again, we started at Rutgers, 191, Florida, 193. Now we're in the 194s. I mean,
that is going up.
That's a pretty good trajectory, if you ask me, especially because, I mean, a point in gymnastics, we said, I gave the equivalent, I think, last week. I feel like a point in gymnastics is like 10 to 15 points in a basketball game is how you can think about it.
Yeah.
So
because the difference of
it's
point
not
decimals
like
is
it's not
crazy.
like a point in a soccer game. It's
it's way bigger.
A point
than
in
that.
gymnastics is a lot bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm trying to say is the Owls are improving a great deal each week, and they just straight up dominated LIU, who only scored a 191. So that to be said, it was a great first home meet. A couple shout-outs before we get into our interview. I'm sure Megan is way more qualified to talk about this, but
Probably.
while I'm on it, I'll just hit on some of these rotations here. The Owls started on vault. Their freshman Jade Harden, who just got to Temple a couple weeks ago, just like fresh off the bus, threw out a 9.775 in her first home meet. I thought that was really impressive. And then a couple other Owls stepped up big. Nikki Rengifo, is that how you pronounce that, by the way? Rengifo scored a 9.825. So did Amelia Budd, and those were the two highest marks of the meet on vault. So started off strong. Team scored 48.75. Then they moved to bars. Reese Sahan, their senior, scored a 9.7. And then a couple other Owls, it looks like, scored above a 9.7 as well. So, I mean, bars, they had a 48.625. Beam, Megan posted a 9.7. Nikki had a 9.75. Pretty solid, 48.025. And then on floor, two Owls scored above a 9.8, Amelia Budd and Mariella Bruick. And they scored a 48.75 on floor. So, Megan, let's bring you in here. First of all, welcome to the show. Before we get into questions about your journey to Temple and things of that nature, anything I missed on the home meet that you'd like to shout out or you'd like to talk about?
Well, hi, everybody. Thank you for having me. No, I don't think there's anything that we missed. You did a pretty good job.
I feel like, these sports that we don't talk about much, every week we talk about them, we get a little bit more comfortable. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, for sure.
No, but I thought I was there. You were there too.
Yeah. I was.
Yeah, it's a fun environment.
Yeah, I was gonna say one thing to touch on is like just the energy. I know that was the first home game of the meet or of the season, but it was also alumni day, so a lot of alumni were there. But it was crazy packed, honestly. For only two teams being there, just a dual meet, I thought it was a lot more packed and loud than I thought it would be.
That's a good point. First of all, it was alumni meet. Temple Gymnastics, they did a really good job with the alumni. I feel like they're always engaged, and alumni night's really cool. You see everyone come back from previous years, not just like 1 or 2 years ago. They get people coming back from like
there was
2016, like way further back, which is really cool in my eyes. I just feel like it adds to the energy. Like you said, there's only two teams there, but felt like the one side of McGonigal was filled. So
Mm-hmm.
Environment was pretty exciting. But let's move on. Megan, let's talk your journey to Temple. Obviously, you're a junior here now. You've been on the team for a couple of years. Talk to us back when, junior, senior. What are you, grad student at this point?
I am a grad student, yes.
Okay, so
I always claim to be a grad student.
My point, yeah, it's true. My point is, sometimes it's hard. It's hard to remember sometimes the recruiting journey because it's been a couple years.
Yeah.
But could you talk to us about how you got to Temple and kind of your recruiting story?
Yeah, of course. So I started recruiting like my sophomore, junior year of high school, and it was pretty tough. I'm not going to lie. I feel like gymnastics is one of the most difficult to get recruited for just because there's not that many teams, and a lot of the Division I teams are like LSU and UCLA, Florida. They're all like national team members or like Olympians, so that gets a little interesting for sure. But I always knew I wanted to go to a Division I school. I'm from New Hampshire, so UNH was always a team I watched. Temple also was my number one choice, so I think that was like, I don't know, I just always loved Temple and everything about it. So when I started talking to coaches and posting on Instagram, Temple was one of the first ones I reached out to, and I stayed in contact with the previous head coach, Josh Nelson, who recruited me. And yeah, I came to 2 camps. I committed the second one that I came to, and then signed about like 3 days later. So
it was quick.
Yeah, it was very quick.
She knew what she wanted.
She knew what she wanted.
I did, yes.
So a couple of things I want to touch on there. First off, I think it's really interesting how like gymnastics recruiting, like you mentioned, is all done through Instagram.
Yeah, that's not
Like that. I feel like that's
for my sport, not a thing.
that's like not the
Yeah.
normal. But like then, as I've learned, like it's as important for like the college programs to have well-run Instagram accounts for the so it's like instead of like every sport obviously is gonna be a little different, but like for gymnastics, like everything is done through Instagram.
Yeah,
like if there wasn't an Instagram, like you're not getting recruited.
That's
No.
crazy.
Like
So you
that's-
had an Instagram like Megan White Gymnastics.
Yeah, it was like Megan White Gym 27 or something. I don't know.
Huh.
It's always like their name and then like gym or something, and then like the year that they're.
How did we function before social media?
I feel like that's like
I don't know, because I had a YouTube channel also, which was so annoying because I had to like
you
edit
had to,
videos.
you had to like
and stuff,
run a
but
YouTube and manage another Instagram account.
Yeah, it was like
I
a
feel like
full-time
that's-
job. It felt
I feel like
it was crazy.
The barrier to
influencer.
entry
I know.
for a sport like gymnastics is already high, and then it's like, yeah, you got to run your own social media account, engage
Yep.
with all these programs. So like, all right,
Make highlight videos.
let me
Yeah.
just set the scene.
Yeah.
Are they like in your DMs?
Yeah,
are, like,
actually,
these-
I did get some DMs from coaches, but most of it was
So
done.
strange. It
it
seems
was
so
weird.
unofficial,
Imagine being in high
honestly.
school.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I just got a DM. You open your phone. It's like UNH wants to connect. It's like,
That's
what?
crazy.
Yeah, it was mostly like teams that would, like, they usually would just follow you, and that was like, okay, like these people.
They like me.
They like me, yeah.
That's-
So I
that's-
remember one of the coaches from UNC followed me, and I was like, what?
You're like, oh my
This is
God.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, I feel like that's not. I mean, look, we haven't talked to every sport in the NCAA. I have to imagine you're on a short list of sports that are run through the DM, so to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
That was definitely new for me because I don't like post that much on Instagram, but it was also hard because you have to get videos at practice, and my coach was very old school with that. Didn't love.
He's like filming it the wrong way.
Yeah, she would always like. She just didn't like us like videoing practice and stuff just because she wanted it to be like more,
Private and stuff.
Yeah, private. She was very private about stuff, which is totally valid. But
Yeah.
so that was like the hardest thing.
But then
for
you like
me.
look at like your Instagram account. Like you guys have one of the more followed like accounts for like Temple teams. It like makes
Yeah.
sense. Like if you guys are doing your recruiting, then like it would make sense. You're like I feel like every meet they're posting about different scores and like they have
Very
like these really
active.
cool like
Yeah.
highlight reels. Like I guess that's like probably something your coach is like pretty like
Yeah, we are very on top of our Instagram with
Yeah.
all of our, and
it's
intentional with all of our posts too, because we know that our alumni are looking at it, our future Tug members are looking at it. So
Yeah. So I gotta ask, because you mentioned obviously you're from New Hampshire. Obviously, I'm sure you got recruited by UNH.
yep.
And for those of you who don't know, UNH is in the conference for Temple in gymnastics, which I don't think they are for any other sport. So when you go up against UNH, whether it be at the conference meet, regular season, is there like a little extra motivation that you have? And and you probably also have friends on that team.
I do.
Club.
Yep, I do have some friends.
So
on
what's
that
that like when you look on the schedule? It's like, oh, we got UNH this week. Like what goes on in your head?
I think it's the same. Like for every conference meet, I'm just like, I want to win.
Yeah.
I want to do better than them. Like especially, I love Beam so much. It's my favorite event, but I always want to do like the best. And I always want to be better.
You
want to
like show them up a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I totally respect. I mean, I feel like every athlete probably has a team, especially in college, because like over 4 years
you build rivals. And
yeah.
stuff,
Like Amelia, what's a team that you're like you see on
you
the
should
schedule?
know the answer to this.
I know the answer.
Point.
I'm set.
You know
I'm
it's St. Joe's. Come on.
Okay.
Philly rival, and there's personal vendettas. Like it just grows over the 4 years. Well, now 5 years. So, yeah, but I imagine even coming from the same state and seeing them every year, twice a year, right?
Yeah. Well, we're going to UNH this year. They came to us last year, and then
you'll
we went
see
to
them like at
freshman year,
randomness too. I feel like it's 2 or 3 times at least.
Yeah, I think this year it's twice, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I think that's like one of the cool parts about like college sports is like every year you have teams that you just know are going to be on the schedule, and you kind of build that up, especially when you're from there. So so you mentioned Beam being your favorite event.
Yes.
Like I guess like why?
How?
Because
How and why?
Like, I feel like I mean I've watched enough gymnastics by now. Like you might be one of the few people that have actually like said that Beam is their favorite event, because most of you guys do a couple events. Why is Beam your favorite?
I think Beam is always just something it's like come easy to me, which I know sounds crazy and everyone looks at me like, what do you mean? But it's, you know how like when you're in school and like people are either like good at math or science, or I feel like Amelia is so good at vault. That's her event. Like she's got that.
It just clicks.
I don't do vault. There's a reason I don't do vault. But I think for me, like it just clicks and I just feel confident in it. I don't know.
That's like insane, because I feel like nothing should click on that extra. Like, I feel like if anything, it's like I feel like everything needs to be like so in order, and like that's like the event where like one misstep, one anything, like I mean the margin for error. I'm saying the margin for error on that event has to be like the most narrow.
I think bars.
Even more than.
I think bars even more so than Beam.
Really?
Yeah, and bars is also I would say.
Yeah.
They're both up there for my favorite, but I feel like bars has more like issues.
Yeah, I think.
Like I mean, look at Nas. Her grip just snapped in half
Right,
last meet.
that was
crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of things like that that can happen.
I've never seen someone's equipment just like give out on them, and I didn't know I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
And I was like, is she gonna get back up on
I'd
there?
never seen
I was
that
like,
either.
And then she won. Like she got the highest score on bars.
She got a 9.8, which is crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, like going back to Beam for a sec. As a spectator, that's gotta be like, I feel like your mom does your mom like watching it? Because I feel like watching Beam is like the most nerve-wracking. Like it's like most of the events in gymnastics are kind of nerve-wracking. Beam is like elevated to another world. Like
I think, well, my mom was an elite gymnast.
Okay.
So she gets the sport. She did it at Northeastern when they had a team. So she gets it. I think she gets more stressed for bars for me, though, honestly. And my sister also, she did gymnastics at Brockport, which is a D3 school. But Beam was also her favorite event, and it was my mom's favorite event.
It just runs in the family.
Yeah.
All right, so we've discovered why you like Beam.
Yeah.
We didn't know your whole family had done it.
Yeah, that does change things.
I didn't know that Beam music was a thing. I think this was the first dual meet I had gone to, and I didn't know that you could like pick songs, and it was kind of interesting to see like everyone's songs are so much slower, and then you go to floor and it's like all this like Like it's like intense drums and stuff, and then like you have. Are you SZA?
No. This is if Tate McRae comes on. We know Megan is getting on the equipment.
Lumineers and SZA and really slow music.
Well, then Nas had Anaconda.
Yeah, that was because that was Peyton. I think Peyton Monk. She chose that one because Nas was like, I don't care what it is, just choose whatever you want. Peyton was like, honest, great, Anaconda.
When that came on, I was cracking up.
Shocked.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't imagine doing Beam A and then B doing it to that song was just like.
Yeah, I feel like most people always choose like slow songs. I know Haley Best. She's our lead off. She has Vienna by Billy Joel. And I tried doing a slow Beam song my freshman year, and I was like, no. So last year, and I mean, I love Tate McRae.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we're interviewing Megan Way, I feel like we got to talk about Tate McRae because I know she's like really important. And honestly, I'm gonna say something in a couple minutes after you can talk about Tate McRae for a sec. that is gonna like probably turn like maybe like be a little like not controversial, but just a hot take. But anyway, like Tate McRae, I feel like if you're in the gym, you wouldn't mind listening to like 2 hours of just Tate McRae.
I do. I have to practice alone twice a week because of classes, and I only listen to Tate McRae.
So like when you're in the gym, like. You have a playlist, but there's no other artist besides Tate McRae.
No, I don't. When I did floor, this is interesting. When I did floor, I would need a little more intensity, so I would listen to Big X the Plug. So I don't really know where that comes from, but he was like my second listen to artist. It was so random. I love him. Though. I think
it's either Tate McRae or Big X the Plug.
No in between.
Yeah, I don't know. I love Justin Bieber, but
I guess my question would be like for me, I don't know, Amelia, you chime in here. When you listen to the same song or the same artist, like I get fatigued after like 2 weeks. So I'm like the kind of music listener that like I'll go through different phases of things. So like I'll go like 2 weeks of this and then I'll get tired of it, switch it up. But I'll only listen to that for 2 weeks. How do you not just like get tired of Tate McRae?
I don't know. I've been listening to Tate McRae since I was, I don't know, like 14. Like a long time. Since she came out with like her first like singles. Like a long time.
You're like an OG fan?
Yeah.
Amelia, do you have an artist like that?
Yeah, Don Toliver has been my number one on my like Apple Music recap for like the last 5 years.
I had a Don Toliver phase in high school. Like
I think I still go through phases. Like I love him, but I think it's honestly like day to day to me because I have such a wide genre. Like I love country music, I love rap, I love everything. I love R&B, pop. So like I don't have one maybe as diehard as Megan, but yeah, Don Toliver would probably be mine. Right. Is yours Olivia Rodrigo?
That's what I was gonna say.
I did know that.
You alley-ooped me into this. I was gonna make a comment that I feel like Olivia Rodrigo and Tate McRae are similar artists. Is that?
I would agree with that.
Same vibe, but no different people.
Very different people, but
so like
music similar,
I do like Olivia Rodrigo. This has been, if you're a loyal listener, you've known this. But like I like Olivia Rodrigo. I'm not afraid to say it. But I think like her and Tate McRae have similar like styles in terms of their music.
Yeah.
But I like a couple Tate McRae songs, but I haven't like unlocked that same passion.
Think Tate's older songs give more Olivia Rodrigo
like
vibes.
The slower ones.
Yeah.
I think
her new album is very.
I'm a new Rod girl. Like I'm a new Rod. Like the newer stuff.
You just called yourself a Rod girl.
New Rod, like new O-Rod.
Okay. I think we should move on before you keep saying.
If you're a real Olivia Rodrigo fan, like you just kind of go by that.
Okay.
All right.
I'm so scared
of you. Same.
All right. So last thing before we get into our favorite segments. When you first got to Temple, whether it be like on your visit or when you started as a freshman, what was like your first initial reaction to like coming to campus, maybe your first class? Like, did you know right away that you would enjoy the experience? 'Cause I know some people, I've talked to people where it's like, I hated my first semester here. I hated my first couple weeks here. 'Cause coming from New Hampshire, this has got to be a new environment for you, North Philadelphia. Just walk me through those first couple weeks on campus. Did you know you'd love it right away, or did it take some getting used to?
I think it was very different for me because I come from a really small town in New Hampshire. It's like a farm town, so Coming here was very different. I went to Boston a lot growing up, but North Philly is very different than
It's its
Boston.
own beast.
It is, for sure. So I think it definitely took some getting used to, but it was I never felt out of place. Like, I always felt like this was home, even, like, the first time I walked on campus.
Like on your visit? Or when you did your camp?
Yeah, the first time my mom and I walked on campus, I was like, wow. I love this place so much. I, like, saw the bell tower and, like, the Conwell and whatever, and I was like, this is it. My mom was like, I turned around, and you were, like, the brightest smile on your face.
Yeah.
I knew it
Adorable.
was the place for you.
Bell Tower's,
So,
like,
well,
super
I guess so.
underrated.
Honestly, it's a
It
beautiful
is.
spot on
I
campus.
agree
What is
with
it, a
that.
structure? I mean, it's a beautiful structure.
Yeah, I guess structure.
Tower?
Sure.
I mean,
I
guess
don't
it's,
know.
I mean, it's just like a cool, like, when I think people talk about campus, I feel like Charles Library, the new
Yeah, no one
buildings.
The
brings
more
up the bell
recent
tower
stuff, for
enough.
sure.
Bell Tower is like a good classic
OG.
staple.
Yeah, and it's central. It's you
Yeah.
walk past it every day. Kind of going off of that, I've been seeing on TikTok recently this like trend with D1 athletes, and it's like your welcome to college athletics moment. So you just talked about loving the campus, loving. I mean, we've heard gymnastics talking about loving team culture, loving coaches.
Mm-hmm.
What was your welcome to college athletics?
It's a really good question.
My welcome to college athletics moment.
It could be just like something that like
I think I know. Okay. So at camp, the second time when I committed, Josh was like, "Hey, can we talk after?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And Serena Whalen, who was a junior at the time, she was talking to me, and she was like my biggest role model ever. So we were on floor, and she was with my group, and I told her, and she was like, "That's a really good sign." We all told him that we love you and we want you on this team.
that's amazing.
And I was like,
That's so
oh my
reassuring-
gosh,
reassuring.
okay.
Yeah.
And then when I committed and I made my posts, she texted me and was like, "I'm so happy. I told you this was going to happen. I knew it."
That's a cool moment.
And so even now, like, she came to the beginning of practice today, and it's always just so good to see her because she was like an older sister to me
Yeah,
my
that's
first year
great.
here. So
What's your welcome to
I
college
kind of like
athletics?
whenever I see these videos, I kind of take it a different way. I think that's a really like heartwarming way of taking
It's like
it.
a wholesome way to take it.
I know my
I was
mind
thinking
kind
like
of goes
dark.
something
I was
bad.
thinking
yeah.
yeah, the time where I was like humbled or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
Oh.
of. Like some of the videos I've
the way you took it was great.
Oh.
I know.
The way you
I
took
mean,
it,
I have
about
one
the
if you
vibe.
want that,
no,
but
the way you took it was like probably way better.
I
than
don't know.
both
I
things
haven't
we're
seen
about
those
to say.
videos.
I've seen like girls in lift, and they're like I literally vomited after the warm up because our lift is so intense. And I don't know. I think my mind originally goes to like practices where it's just like a defender, like a senior defender, just like decks you to the ground, and you're like, okay, like that's like there's no one's easing you into anything once you're at this level. So mine would probably be something
Yeah.
like that, like a 6 a.m. practice, and I'm doing a 1v1 against like one of the best defenders on our team, and I just like get shoved to the ground.
I would say mine would be Hillary's conditioning the first day of practice then. I didn't know it was like
The conditioning,
that, but yeah,
something.
Hillary's a beast with conditioning. She's no joke. She's so strong. It's actually crazy. She had
It's like 100
That's your head
pull-ups
coach,
today.
right?
yeah,
Okay.
Hillary Steele. She's great.
It's like, let's do 100
She's so
pull-ups. I'm
funny.
like, what?
Yeah,
That's insane.
she's so funny with things. We're like 50 pull-ups. All right, cool. Okay,
Yeah,
awesome.
forget
No
that.
biggie.
Do you have one, David?
Yeah, actually, it's funny. I was like trying to avoid that question. First day I got here in the winter, I wasn't like cleared to practice yet, cause like you had to get like the sickle cell test.
Mm-hmm.
But like a couple of the guys, like we were doing a workout. A couple of the guys, like older guys, like invited me to do the workout with them, and like I like obviously was not in very good shape compared to them. But they had like class at like either 7 or 8 a.m. Maybe they had 8 a.m. class. So we went at like a ridiculous hour. And remember, it's like coming off break. Like I'm not gonna pretend like I was getting up at this hour over break. So it was like really early. I want to say it was like 5:30, 6 a.m. It was super dark, and I just got like obliterated, like just dropped on this workout. And I remember just like being on MLK by myself because they were like so far. And I was just like, what am I doing? Like I'm like, it's
I
like,
actually signed up for this.
it's like the sun is rising over the city. It's like this beautiful view, and I remember just being like, what are you doing? And I had a lot of questions then about like, oh, am I gonna survive? But here I am 3 years
Yeah.
later. So
We lived through it and we're strong.
no, but those guys just like didn't even like, they weren't like, hey, we'll like chill for you. They just like dropped me.
Exactly.
It was like,
you get dropped right into it.
it was like, here we go. But we joke about it now, so it's good. They know it too. I think they like.
They saw the fear in your eyes.
Because like now, like if I was in their shoes, I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
So no, that was my welcome to first day of practice.
Yeah, I think that's relatable. I feel like every athlete probably has a similar, like, especially like a conditioner or something that like has stuck with you for years.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my gosh, that was like life altering.
Yeah. Sometimes it comes up in my memories on Snapchat. The like picture of me and Amelia actually after the conditioning, and we're like,
yeah,
oh my god, we're like, no way, this is our next 4 years.
The gymnastics conditioning is
it's something.
It's something.
Yeah.
All right, let's move. Temple takes. You wanna? This is your.
Yeah, my favorite segment. So, if you're what do you call it? The Owl Faithful.
Owl Faithful.
If you're an old Owl Faithful, you know this section. You love this section. I hope. We pick a genre. Today we're doing Winter Wonderland. We kind of talked about it earlier, but it snowed this week. We're looking out there. It's icy on the sidewalks.
This is basically
David's
like
gonna get into that later.
This is basically like anything winter related.
Yeah.
It's not our most like tidied up Temple takes.
Yeah. We get creative though.
But like this is like anyone who is experienced the cold can relate to a couple of these.
Yeah, and basically we just go overrated, underrated, and then we discuss it. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes they're just rated, and we're like, yep, it is what it is. But I feel like we might have some different takes today for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the list. I'm getting fired up already. Let's just
start us off, David.
Let's talk ice skating, which feels like a big hazard for us Division I athletes.
Oh, for sure.
Yep.
I feel like this is like in some contract you sign, like you can't go ice skating. But for the sake that it's not, let's just talk like, what do you guys think of ice skating?
I can start us off. I'm gonna go overrated. I think I have only done it twice in my life, and I wasn't very good at it, so that might also tie into it. But I just don't think it was like very fun. Like I was sliding all over. I was on my hands. I was falling on my knees. I was holding my friend's hands trying to go through it, and it was hard. But like, I just don't see like how that's enjoyable. Maybe if I could do like a flip or something fun. But like, okay, like,
yeah,
that was that. Don't think I'm gonna try again.
I agree. I haven't been ice skating since I was probably 4, but not allowed to. But I would say overrated.
You're not allowed to, is that what you said?
No, because it's in the middle of season.
Yeah,
so
it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are taking it a little bit easier. I'll just say it. I absolutely hate this. I hate ice skating. Like you're gonna call me like someone call me drama. Like I don't even think I hate it. I think I'm afraid of it.
Honestly, same.
I went ice skating in high school, and it was like I was a giraffe on skates. Like I was that guy who was like flailing his legs around.
I have such a good image in my head
I
right
remember
now.
one time I like just fell. My right kneecap hit the ice. Like it hit it so hard. Like it. I hate ice skating. Like I will never go ice skating. Even when I'm not an athlete, like I don't care if it's in the contract. I'll just say it is, even when I'm like 30, to get out of that. I don't even like watching ice skating. People, oh, it's aesthetic, whatever. Like no, I don't like ice skating. I'm actually afraid of it. And they have it at City Hall. Like I like throw up in my mouth every time I walk by.
Yeah, and field hockey every single year goes with their like when they do their Christmas stuff, and I'm like, I'm so glad my team does not have that tradition.
No, it's
honestly.
like
Yeah,
this is probably the most fired up I've been for a time. Like, I actually
in a while, yeah.
I actually despise ice skating. Like
Oh my goodness.
I get so uncomfortable on the ice because like everyone around me is like gliding. I remember I had like the chair out and I was still falling.
The chair.
Like the chair started moving. Like isn't this supposed to be stable? No, the chair's
You're
moving.
like toddlers can do this. Why can't I?
No, it's impossible.
Wow,
So,
I thought you guys were gonna have different answers. Like you guys are from the cold. Like no, I guess we all hate it. Okay.
No, you'll never see me on skates.
Okay, well now I'm curious on what your answer for the next one will be. We said sledding, and then we started talking about Olympic sports when we were drafting this idea. Bobsledding. Thoughts on either of those, and or?
Dude, like let me just say, like, bobsledding is like low key, like so dangerous. You understand that?
Yeah, they go
like,
insanely fast.
They
don't
are
they?
moving on ice, and they're like tucked away into that little machine. I don't even understand.
I don't understand how
like,
they do it. Like,
have you ever seen like the Jamaican bobsled movie? You ever seen that?
I'm not sure,
Yeah,
but
it's a great watch. Anyway, there's like a Jamaican bobsled team that like made the Olympics.
it's
They're from Jamaica.
about them.
If you think
Well,
about,
obviously
like-
they're from Jamaica.
No, but like think about
like where's
that.
the ice in Jamaica?
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Like that's
okay.
no. Like, no, it's a good movie.
Okay.
But anyway, like
I'll add it to the list.
So bobsledding's like cool to watch, but like again, like not sign up for that activity.
Would you try it though, like
no.
once in your life? Just to see
I
you
don't
did?
like the idea that you can't see where you're going.
Yeah,
so
that
you
would be
have to like
scary.
memorize the course.
And
I
like
think.
turn like with your shoulders and stuff. Right?
I'm out immediately out. Like if I can't see where I'm going and I'm just gonna trust, like, what if there's like a bear? I don't know. I'm out. Like,
You've clearly thought about this a lot. It seems like
no, it's just
the movie
I'm
inspired
like,
you.
yeah, but sledding is great.
You like sledding?
Great
Okay.
childhood activity. You get on that little sled. It's like plastic. You're just ripping it down the hill. Like don't love like running back up the hill, but like that 15 seconds down the hill is electric. So I'm in for sledding. Bobsledding is
I have a different take. I
Let's
think
hear it.
that bobsledding is underrated.
Okay.
I think it's so sick.
Yeah.
That's such a crazy thing to pick up and do.
Well, it kind of sounds like you think it's underrated too because you were so passionate about it. Did you say
Yeah.
overrated or underrated?
nah, it's overrated.
Oh,
I just
okay.
think like
I've never heard of anyone even talk about the bobsledding.
no, but
movie.
here's why it's overrated. Like
Or bears during bobsledding.
I won't
so.
even like. I'll just say it's overrated. I'm not gonna get
Okay,
into it.
keep going, Meg.
I've said enough.
Yeah, I just think it's underrated. I think it's cool and that not a lot of people do it. So if you can do it and you can do it well, then you're cooler than the rest of us. Cause
And then sledding.
and I love sledding.
Yeah.
Sledding's awesome.
Have you ever gone sledding, Amelia?
Okay.
Can you even give an opinion on this?
Like honestly, I probably shouldn't. I'm not qualified for this. We had one like snowpocalypse in Georgia, and it was actually so funny
It
because
snowed like 2 inches, by the way, probably.
I think that's an over exaggeration. I think it was like 1 inch, but you got to think about it. Like we don't have the resources to deal with stuff like this. Like
And everyone freaks out in the south.
yeah, like we can't salt the roads. Like we can't shovel like not that we would even need to shovel an inch or two, but we like got locked into school because of this snowpocalypse, and it's just funny because like it probably snowed like at least 3 inches yesterday, and life just goes on. Like no excuses, no anything. So I probably can't talk too much about this, but I have gone sledding like in North Carolina, and that was fun. I would say it's underrated just because I haven't done it a lot in life. Bobsledding, I don't know if I can talk also about this a lot, but I like it in the Olympics, so I'm going to go underrated. I think it's like that's the only time I'm going to watch it. So
Yeah, catch the three of us like talking bobsledding when the Olympics roll around. Like, yo, did you see that last rep? That was crazy.
Bro, Jamaica went crazy.
Yeah. That'd be good.
That was a random poll, but
I like that was fun.
Yeah.
Let's talk hand warmers. I'll start just because I was the one that came up with this little take, and I think they're really underrated. I like grew up with like I think probably the most like passionate hand warmer fan. Like wherever I went, it just felt like my dad was like shoving hand warmers into my pockets.
like the ones that you have to shake them before. Or
I don't
like
even know if you shake them. They just like. So here's what happens: you put them in your pocket. You're like, these aren't warm. Then you put them back in. Your hand's on fire. I don't know where you got these hand warmers. Probably Costco. But like anytime you leave the house, you just put them in your pockets. Eagles games, great. Hand warmers are underrated. And nowadays, I don't know if you guys seen this. They now make these hand warmers that are like electric, so you can like charge them. They're like reusable. Have you seen these?
Yeah.
I like think that is like, I mean, I think that's like really soft. Like I think, like we don't need electric hand warmers. Get the old-fashioned ones. They take a minute to warm up, and then they're just like hot for the rest of the day. I'm a big hand warmer guy. You put them in the gloves too. Don't get me
I was
started
gonna
on that.
say.
Hand
I
warmers
used
underrated.
to snowmobile when I was younger. Like my family had snowmobiles, and we used to put them in our gloves. So I'm gonna say that they're underrated and that
They
they're
are.
awesome.
They like they can be they're like all purpose too. Like you can
Mhm.
use them if you're going downtown for a couple hours.
Mhm.
You can use them if you're out all day. Like hand warmer, I'm in.
Girls on
hand
my
warmers.
team use hand warmers.
You guys are an indoor sport.
Yeah. It's cold.
What?
We're in leotards.
Oh my
It's cold.
gosh.
What?
As someone that's going to be playing a game in 2 weeks outside, and it feels like 5 this week, hand warmers are underrated. I think I got some for Christmas that like recharge and stuff. So
Oh yeah, I was.
I'm
just
really
talking-
hyped.
I think you might not have heard me, but I was ripping on those.
oh well,
Yeah.
I guess I didn't hear you. But the reason why I had to get those was because my team like would buy like a 20-pack, and then we would be shaking them for like 30 minutes, and they don't get warm. So it's
Nah.
like
See,
to an extent you got to get the good ones, but like I'm not going to get the good ones.
you
So I
you
got it
like
for
charge them
Christmas.
before practice. It's like one more
They
thing
last
you gotta
like
do.
12 hours.
Okay. Wait, but you don't play with gloves, right?
I mean, you can. I mean, I have when I broke my hand, but like also people do it like just when they're cold.
All right.
When
But-
I played lacrosse, I used gloves.
Yeah. In the cold, it's definitely more common. If it's not cold,
Yeah.
people don't do it.
But
But
you don't use like the ones like how like guys have like those big.
Oh,
gloves?
yeah,
You
nothing
guys
of
wear
that
like
extent.
just regular like. Okay.
yeah, just
I
like
see.
warm gloves.
They
but
look like football gloves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
Uh-huh.
about?
Yeah, yeah.
just no like sticky, grippy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got you. All right. Hand warmers underrated. Consensus.
Mm-hmm.
How about skiing or snowboarding?
Can't do it. Overrated.
Overrated.
Yeah.
Even from New Hampshire.
I'm not allowed to do it.
So
It's
you've
in
never
season.
done
Like
it?
any time in life, you were never allowed.
I did it when I was like 3. Same with skiing or not skiing. Was it ice skating? I wasn't
Yeah.
allowed to do any of those things.
So they're
But I
just
tried one time to do skiing, and I fell so many times, and it wasn't fun. But I want to learn how to snowboard. So I'm
That-
going to say underrated snowboarding, overrated skiing.
That's interesting. Snowboarding, they're both overrated to me. I don't got much to say. Snowboarding, I feel like my knees are just gonna give out. I've done skiing a bunch. I just feel like it's one of those activities where you just gotta make a whole entire like day out of it, even a week out of it. I like activities where it's just like, oh, I want to go for a run, I'm going for a run. I want to go for a bike ride. Like, it's just in the moment I can decide. You can't just wake up, oh, I think I'm going to go skiing today. No, you got to make a whole extravaganza out of it. I'm out. So, overrated.
That's true.
I think I'm going to say overrated as well. I think I've tried skiing once in life, and I was probably like 7, but I know I was crying after like 5 minutes, so I just don't think it's for me.
Also, those are like polarizing characters. You know, you ever have those friends who are like, their families are like, they're all in
They
on
do it
skiing?
every like winter break and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
All my friends from home.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Leave it there. Let's go to scarves. I didn't know this was a trend even.
Yeah, I think scarves are like a crazy trend. Well, at least for girls right now. Like everyone's doing like scarf hoods, and I can't lie. Like I asked for one for Christmas for this reason. Like I'm
Yeah.
going underrated on scarves. I think they're very warming. Like I don't know what else to say about them. Like
I also think they're
comfortable.
underrated.
Yeah.
I love scarves.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hate scarves. I'll be honest.
Okay.
They're
Yep.
overrated. I hate things around
Your
my
turn.
I hate things around my neck. Sorry, did I cut you off? I thought.
She was like.
Did you
low-key
have
shocked.
anything?
No,
Alright,
I wasn't gonna say. I
She's-
just think
she
that they're
wasn't as
underrated and they're
passionate, I guess.
great.
He's
You're just
passionate
really
about it.
passionate about everything
Well,
today.
no, I'm not. I didn't say much about skiing or snowboarding. I was about the hand warmers and ice skating. No, scarves.
Please tell us about
I
scarves.
just don't like things on my neck. Like I don't like turtlenecks. Like first of all, I don't think they look
I
very
agree on
good.
that. I hate
But-
turtlenecks, but
but-
scarves are loose.
But scarves, like, get off my neck. Like,
What
I
if you have
just,
to
like,
wear a tie?
No, but
Does that bother you?
That's different because there's a collar. Like,
Oh,
it is
gotcha.
similar. It's a fair point. It's a well point out. Like it's.
He's getting
a good
heated
point.
over
Yeah,
here.
he's not
But I
happy
don't
today.
like
the hands
like
are swinging.
fuzzy,
Like,
like fuzziness around my neck. I just get like I feel like I'm sensitive to
are
that
you
stuff.
like thinking about it right now?
Yeah,
Because I
I'm
can
like-
tell
I'm
you're
like-
like
You're
I can,
like getting
it's
itchy.
Yeah.
No, I don't like scarves. And like also, the other thing about scarves is they actually make better decorations than actual like
Honestly,
hang-
true.
hanging up a scarf looks cool.
Wait, hanging up like a soccer
Do you have
scarf? Is that what you're
scarves?
talking
Yeah.
Hung up in your
Like
house?
soccer scarves. Yeah, no.
Is that your
I mean,
decoration
when I was
choice?
younger, yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay.
Like maybe it's out now, but like when I was
I
growing
think it's
up,
still in, but like we're talking about like scarves for warmth, not
Yeah.
like soccer team.
I'm
like
trying to give scarves some credit by saying
Okay,
they could
okay.
be good decorations, but I guess not even now because no one does that anymore. But as to wear
my dad
one,
does, so
Uh,
not too much on the rights.
I mean, I'm just saying, putting a scarf on, like I'd rather just my neck be frozen.
Okay, well you be cold and you shush.
Yeah, we'll be cute and trendy, and you'll be
Trendy.
cold.
How'd
so.
that get a trend? Who wore that and was like,
I don't know.
How does
like,
anything become a
it kind
trend?
of completes an outfit though sometimes. Like
Yeah, it's
you
true.
gotta like wrap it. Also, I'm just a terrible like scarf wrapper. Like
I think it's a you issue, but
yeah, this
How do
might
you
be
wrap a
this
scarf?
might be a you problem.
look it up.
It's like, how do you
Influencers
tie
have
a
all the
tie?
videos. How do you tie a tie?
I figured that out.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the last one, which I'm sure you're also going to be very passionate about it because he already was when we started talking about it.
Yep.
Uggs, just like the shoes in general, like that's also kind of a trend right now. At least the platform ones. Platform ones, I'm going overrated. The girls in your class stomping around with those Uggs that are like actually 2 inches thick, and I just think those I can't get behind that as a fashion trend, but I love all the other Uggs.
I agree with that. I don't really mess with the platform ones, but
Mhm.
I have the short ones, and I really like those. Dave,
Is that all you got? I
Yes.
don't
Oh
wanna
my
cut-
gosh.
I don't
No,
wanna
you
cut
can
you
go.
off.
Go.
I mean,
We're ready.
Uggs. I gotta credit them.
I don't like when things touch my feet.
No. I'll get to how I feel about them. Let me give some credit where credit is due.
Okay.
And maybe nobody cares. So maybe I should just not. But they come out with a new kind of UGG every year. It feels like.
Mm-hmm.
It started with the slippers, and they had the shoes, and
that's how they stay in
I didn't know
style.
the horse. What are they? What
Horse
are they called?
hooves.
Well, that's not
Horse
actually what
hooves?
they're like. I think
Never
not
heard-
Tamsons, but they're
I've never heard-
Tasmans.
I've never-
Tasman.
Tamsin.
Never heard of this shoe. Anyway, Uggs. So I just can't get that. What is it? A horse hoof? I just never heard that.
Okay, you look around in your classes and you will literally see the girls wearing these shoes, and you're gonna be like, okay, I get what Amelia's saying.
It's just the way you I don't even know what you're describing.
I'll show you a picture.
They have a line down the middle of the shoe, but then they're also they get wide, and they're just they're 3 inches thick. It's a horse hoof.
Okay. All right. I'm putting
You see the vision now?
image together. Yeah. Let me just get to my take.
Okay.
They're overrated.
Your feet sweat. We get
The
it.
feet sweat. I don't want my feet to sweat. Can I walk
But it's
normally?
cold.
Get a warm sock. No?
Like a fuzzy sock?
A fuzzy
mean
sock.
warm
I don't like those
sock?
either.
What if you wear fuzzy socks and
You know what?
Uggs?
I like shoes that I'm not gonna feel like I'm gonna step into a puddle of sweat when I'm out.
Can we talk about what shoe you're wearing right now? Since you're master of footwear.
I'm wearing some Ufus, the most comfortable slip-on shoe there is.
And to put an image in our lovely listeners' head, I thought they were water shoes when I looked at them. They literally look like when you have to go
I'll just
you're going
in the
tubing
lake.
down the river.
Yeah, you
and
gotta
they're
go in the lake.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Here
got to
we
get
go.
the water shoes on to be safe. And
So you don't
you're
cut your
wearing them
feet on the
for
rocks.
Are they Are they the best looking shoe? No, but let me tell you something.
Yeah, they're
For
not.
those of you who can't imagine it, think about Clyde and the Chance of Meatballs. That guy, his feet, they look like those, but they're white. So you can just put that in your head.
Okay.
If you don't know that, look that up.
Or just think about what I said.
And
Water shoes, but with no mesh.
But okay, I don't these shoes are not I'm trying to go to the Met Gala. This is I just want to get from point A to point B, and I want to slip something on my feet.
One of every shoe.
No, it's not true. Uggs
Okay.
want to stay warm. Okay, let's move on. I feel like I'm getting riled up.
You are. You're swinging your hands around.
I'm tilted on the
He's
podcast.
getting passionate about the Winter Wonderland.
I'm tilted. Winter Wonderland, never again. I was way too negative on that.
All right, now to your favorite segment.
Owl or foul? Let's talk.
Yeah.
Owl. It's soaring upwards. It's for our American Conference mascot, Soar the Eagle, the only conference in the nation with a mascot. That's Soar. Shout out to you.
Mm-hmm.
Foul is self-explanatory. Needs improvement. It's unacceptable. That's a little harsh. It just needs to be improved.
It needs to be improved. We're trying to make the
Is it
Winter Wonderland a better place.
It's not acceptable or unacceptable. It's just needs to be improved.
Okay.
Ow. Today was the MLK Day service,
Mm-hmm.
and all of the teams at Temple, most of the teams at Temple, were out in the community, serving the community,
Mhm.
giving back on this day of service. I'll speak for my team very quickly. We were out for about 5 hours giving out food to people in need, delivering boxes of food. It was a really awesome experience. We drove in our Temple van. We were in Northeast Philadelphia going house to house, delivering boxes, seeing some of the smiles we put on people's faces. It was a great afternoon. Felt very powerful to give back. And I know, Amelia, you said you were on Diamond Street cleaning up trash.
Mm-hmm. Rowing put together a great day of service, just cleaning around Temple, and it felt good just to walk around and clean the community.
It always feels good to give back. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
It's always a good feeling. What doesn't feel good is the foul, which is, let's just put it broad term, snow maintenance, which is when you walk outside and you feel like you're at the ice skating park because
True.
no one shoveled
Or salted, yeah.
and your water shoes aren't quite doing it for you. And you're slipping all over the sidewalks. And that's not a great feeling. Now,
Yeah, definitely a foul.
I know in some places you're required to shovel your, sidewalk. I guess North Philly is exempt from that rule
Mm-hmm.
because those sidewalks, I'd call them dangerous.
They are, honestly.
And those roads, they're not much better.
I think the roads are better than the sidewalks for sure, but the sidewalks are bad. They get iced over, and then especially if they're in the shade, I'm literally walking barely an inch when I'm trying to walk somewhere because I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah, it's not good. Megan, has your experience been the same? on the
Yes,
sidewalks?
it has been. I've slipped numerous times.
It's so embarrassing.
Going to practice.
You take a fall going to class.
Yeah.
You just have
You want to turn back
you
around
have
and go
every
home.
right. You have every right to just go home.
Honestly.
Yeah,
Um,
it's quite unfortunate.
So, just public service announcement. Get those shovels out. I'm sure there's someone in the neighborhood who's willing to do it for a buck or two.
Mm-hmm. True.
But just get that sidewalk, cleared up. Also,
For safety
when you're
purposes.
driving, like take the snow off your car so it doesn't like fly off, and so it's very dangerous. We're just really giving our Foul Day is about giving back
Giving
and,
advice. We're all about the community.
and helping out
Yeah.
on the
We're
streets
for the
of
people
Philadelphia.
here.
It's
so.
it's a people's podcast.
Yeah.
It's
True.
the people's pod. All right, that wraps up this episode of the Owl Pod. Thank you, Megan, for joining us. It was really fun.
Yeah. It
Best
was so
of
nice
luck.
having a guest and not just.
Best of luck. We didn't
David.
even say, I realize this, Gymnastics has a home meet on Friday at 6 p.m., 7 p.m.,
Something like that.
6
yeah.
p.m. We'll call it. Get there early.
David will be
Yes,
there.
Everyone
I'll
come
probably be there.
I actually
support
won't
Tug.
be there,
Oh my
which sucks. I'm
gosh.
missing my first meet this year. I'll be up in New York. We got to meet ourselves. We're racing.
Wow.
So
Fine.
I won't be there, but you should
Amelia
show
will be
out.
there.
I'll be there.
It'll
I'll
be
be
a
there.
great time.
I would hope
And,
so.
I'd be there.
We're not listening to him at all.
I'm
Everyone,
just talking
have a
myself.
great week. Go Owls as usual.
Go Owls.
See you
Go
next time.
Owls.